Hi, Marilyn O'Hearn with Weekly Wisdom, and today we're talking about how to unleash potential through Ache. And Ache is my acronym based on Janet Bennett's work for how to approach bias in intercultural situations of any kind, which all of our situations are multicultural when we consider all of our different gender identities. So we in gender, ethnicity, region of the world, age. So we have many different cultural identities that we are in contact with all day, every day. So we know that we all have bias and that it can really be damaging to organizations and to communities and as well as individuals. So what do we do about it? And today I want to start with a quote from my book, Breaking Free from Bias. And the subtitle of this portion of the chapter is Searching for Buried Treasure, as we're looking at unleashing potential. And this quote is from my colleague, Lawrence Andre, when he commented on one of my blogs. When I think about stretching myself with curiosity, the image of stretching my neck to look over a tall wall comes to mind. I visualize a party happening on the other side of the wall, and I stretch myself to peek over the wall to check it out. I want to be part of it, and thus I stretch myself to find a way. Maybe that's one way to tap into our potential. And my response was, yes, thank you for sharing your image of peeking over the fence, almost like a giraffe to check out the party, that with curiosity, stretching ourselves, finding a way to become a part of it. And I hope that's people's experience as they look at these crucial steps to unleashing potential. And let's imagine some people on the other side of the fence who maybe have been there on a long time. They're not just stretching over, looking at the other side, wanting to join the party out of curiosity, but they've been trying to get into that party for a long time, and they haven't been able to get in, and it's been really frustrating. So that can be the results of bias. And as we know, some people give up and they leave the organization, they leave the community, and that is very costly to the community and the organization. We know that the greater diversity that we have, the greater diversity of thought, the more profitable and prosperous the organization and the community will be. We all benefit from diversity of thought and multiple perspectives. So an application of this is to look around, stretch yourself with curiosity and kind of step up. We talk about in coaching, I invite you to go to the mountaintop view or the helicopter view and take a look at your organization or community and ask some of the questions. I have a scorecard in my book that helps you with this. So just look at who are the leaders in your organization and community, and what type of diversity do you have there? And then think about also where and how you're seeking new talent. How are you inviting people into your organization and your community? And where are you seeking them? Is it always at the same place? If you're always fishing at the same fishing pond, you're going to get the same fish. You may have to stretch yourself there too, and to try out some new places to seek talent for your community, for your organization, and to invite them in. And then, of course, once they're there, they need to feel included and like they have an opportunity to advance. So it's very multifaceted. But again, the awareness is being aware of How am I looking at things, and how are things currently in the organization now? How aware am I of my bias and the biases that we might hold on the leadership team of our community or our organization, and how is that impacting who joins us and how we welcome them in, and how long they stay, and how they're contributing. Because the greater contribution they can make, of course, the more that we all can benefit from that. And just another thing to look at is, what is my organization's face to the world? Look at the images that you have on your website and your social media. Does everybody look the same? Or, is there diversity there? That's another way of welcoming people in. Google has just a few minute unconscious bias training video, and we know in the tech field in the US there's very little diversity, but they managed to find diverse faces to put in that video to represent the organization. So, and then also look at who is leaving the organization or the community and why, and make sure you've got some interviews in place around that so that you can find out things that you can do to improve your processes. So I hope that gives you some ideas of how to use awareness and curiosity. What's going on? What could we do differently? The H is for humility. So knowing that no one has to be right. I don't have to be right. And if I find bias, that doesn't mean that I'm wrong or that our organization is wrong or bad. It's just, what can we do about it now? And to approach with empathy. So what's it like to be on both sides of the fence, to have that understanding and empathy and appreciation for the other person's perspective. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and stay tuned for another. Every week we'll have our little weekly wisdom time. We had attempted to bring Dr. Evelyn Hill in to talk about what's happening with bias in education. And our first experiment with Facebook Live, bringing in a co-host, did not work out. So we'll try again. Thank you.